Hey, this is Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to share with you the actual pricing for $15,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 54-year-old female. Now, first thing I recommend is you go to our website at funeralfunds.com, and we've got these free quoters on just about every page. And all you need to do is just select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Select the coverage amount, put your birthday in there, other info, click Get Quotes Now. It will take you to a page that's going to show you all the best insurance companies with all the lowest pricing based off your age, gender, and the state that you live in. You can also call us at 888-862-9456, and one of our agents can do that for you, run you all rates, help you understand what you can qualify for. Now, the first thing we always recommend for a 54-year-old female looking at $15,000 worth of insurance is, is that going to actually be enough to cover your final expense needs? Now, most typically, that's going to be either a cremation or a burial. So let's start with cremation. The average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. If you're going to come home in a cardboard box or an urn, that cost is going to be between $1,000 to $2,000. If you're going to have some sort of ceremony in addition to the cremation, so maybe a celebration of life or something like that, that's going to probably be between $3,500 to $4,500. Now, as far as what coverage you actually need, let's talk about that. For that cremation where you're coming home in the cardboard box or an urn, we would typically recommend around maybe $5,000 to $7,000 worth of coverage. Now, you might be saying, well, Randy, you said the cremation is going to be around $2,000, but why are we looking at $5,000 worth of insurance? Well, the reason is our 54-year-old female probably wants to make it to 64, maybe 74, maybe 84. And we know that due to inflation, prices increase over time. So what we're doing is we're just getting a little bit more coverage. We're getting locked in at the lowest, most affordable rate right now. And then what that does is that inflation proofs your plan later, that as prices are going up, you still have enough coverage. But, God forbid, if you were to die sooner than anybody expected, it provides some extra money on the front end so that if there's some extra bills that needed to be paid off, you could do that, maybe medical bills or credit card bills or something like that. So it works really terrific, protects both long-term and short-term. Now, if you're doing that ceremony and the cremation, we would probably recommend around $7,000 to $10,000. Same thing, inflation proofing the plan on the back end, but getting a little bit more coverage right up front, just in case, you're not blessed to live a long time and there's some bills to pay off. Now, if you're going to get buried, the average cost of a burial in the United States right now is right around $10,000. So if you walk into pretty much any funeral home in the United States, hand them a $10,000 check, they'll get it done. Hard to imagine they wouldn't. But, if they didn't, what would you do? You just walk out the door and walk 2 blocks down to one of their competitors and they would take it. But, just consider that the actual cost of a cremation on average is around $10,000 right now. So if you get $10,000, then, you're not inflation proofing the plan. You take care of your most immediate needs. But that's why a lot of people would look at getting $15,000. So, on average for a 54-year-old female, we would typically help somebody with a $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000 just to really inflation-proof that plan. But, if you're on a fixed or limited income and funds are tight, get that $10,000 right now. That will take care of the most immediate needs. And we can always help you add more coverage later. Not a big deal at all. Now, sometimes somebody will come in and say, hey, I not only want to cover my final expense needs, but I want to leave a lot of money behind for the kids. So they might want like a $20, $30, $40, $50,000 plan. And we share them the cost of a $50,000 plan. And it's just too much for their budget at the time. And they go, well, if I can't afford $50,000, I'm not going to do anything at all. And we have to kind of have a little session with them and say, hey, you came to us wanting to take care of final expenses. Why don't we take care of that first? Because we know you're going to die. That's the guarantee. And if you don't get any insurance at all, then your kids are going to be burdened with this. And they're probably going to have to put it on their credit cards, paying 26% interest, and it'll take them years and years and years to pay this off. So let's take care of the final expense needs first. And then if you want to add on a separate policy for the kids at some point later, we can help you do that later. So it works out win-win for everyone. Now, one thing we always recommend getting is first day coverage or benefits. We do not recommend those 2-year waiting period plans at all. I'll talk about those in a moment. But what first day coverage means is that if you were approved and your policy was issued today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would have to write that check for $15,000. Yeah, that's the best coverage. It's also going to have the lowest pricing. Now, some people would say, well, Randy, I like the idea of first day coverage, but I'm not in the best of health. And I hear those first day policies ask health questions, and I'm worried I might not qualify. And we say, well, that's kind of our problem, not your problem, at least from an insurance standpoint. And the reason we say that is, we work with so many different insurance companies. They all offer different coverage based off the health questions. So they all ask different health questions, and they all have different underwriting. And right now, we're getting really 95% of the people we help are getting either first day coverage or first day benefits. So we're really terrific at what we do. Really, the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage would be, if you waited too long and you maybe had some significant health problems, like maybe you had a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you were on dialysis or in a hospital or in a nursing home, something like that. If that were the case, we'd typically refer you out to a different insurance company. Another thing that seems to happen on a weekly basis is somebody will call us up and say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week, and they didn't have any insurance. We don't have any money. The body's down at the funeral home. The funeral home director's not going to do anything till he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance really quick so we can get paid by the insurance company so we can pay the funeral home guy. And we have to let people know that, there's no insurance company in the United States that's going to offer a policy on a dead person. You actually have to be alive to qualify for this insurance. And it's really sad that their family member passed away, but it's doubly sad that they didn't have any insurance. They knew they were going to die someday. They'd probably thought about getting this insurance in the past, but never did it. And then they just procrastinated until one day they just went and died. And now their family members have to figure out a way to pay for this. And typically that means they're going to have to put it on a credit card, paying 26% interest, and it will take them years to pay it off. And what a terrible legacy to leave behind, to put a burden that is yours to pay on people who can't afford it. So don't leave that negative legacy behind. Just get this insurance taken care of. If funds are tight, we can always start with the smaller amount and then add more coverage later. We can help you do that, but don't leave such a negative legacy behind. Now, one thing we don't recommend is those plans with 2-year waiting periods. Yikes. Yeah, do not do that if you qualify for first day coverage. So Colonial Penn's one of the, I guess they're fairly well known. I think it's because they advertise those $9.95 plans like on TV all the time. And I think those commercials are on TV every 7 minutes, it seems. But their $9.95 plan, just in case you didn't know this, that's a 2-year waiting period plan. Yuck. Yeah. Don't do that if you qualify for first day coverage. But, they're not the only ones that offer those 2-year waiting period plans. Other companies too, like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber. Gosh, so many other different companies out there. And some of these companies have done an amazing job at convincing the American public that the only thing you'll qualify for, if you're over age 50, is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, to which we say, don't believe such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. Yeah, do not believe the lies. So, our 54-year-old female probably just got done watching a Colonial Penn TV commercial, and she's probably thinking, you know what, 54 years old, man, I can probably get a lot of coverage for $9.95 because the TV commercial sure made it sound that way. I can probably get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for $9.95. And then our 54-year-old female calls Colonial Penn and talks with one of their agents, or goes online and looks at their website like we're doing for you here today, and sees that for a 54-year-old female, 1 unit of coverage, $9.95, is only going to pay $1,802. So that's probably enough for a cremation in most parts of the country, except it's not going to pay out in the next 2 years because it's got a 2-year waiting period for any health or medical related cause of death. So yeah, why would you start out with a policy that's not going to take care of your needs. It's going to sock you with a 2-year waiting period. And oh my gosh. And you're going to overpay. Now, there's some people that would say that companies that offer these low teaser rates, that they don't even want to sell you that plan because it's such a minuscule rate and such a minuscule amount of coverage. What they really want to do is get your info, get you into the marketing funnel, and then sell you more insurance than the minimal plan so that they end up with more profit out of you. Now, we would never say that Colonial Penn would do anything like that, but some people seem fairly convinced of that. And I guess you can make that determination on your own based on the fact that for $9.95, you're only getting $1,800 worth of insurance. But let's research $15,000 and see what that's going to be. Now we've got to play around with the units to find out how much that's going to be. Let's look at 9 units. That might be, no, that's 16,218. So we got to go look at 8 units, 14. See, that's the thing with Colonial Penn. You can't get $15,000. You know, they've got this per unit thing just so they can do their $9.95, and you can never count all the other insurance companies out there. You can get $15,000, but Colonial Penn, that's just the way they are. So I guess we're, oh boy, I'd like to get it as close to 15,000 as I can, but they're not letting me, or you. But let's take a look. It's going to be around 16,000 for right around $90. Yeah, is that a good deal? Well, let's take a look. Let's look at 15,000 with the insurance companies that you can actually get 15,000 from and not overpay. Female, age 54, get quote. Let's go back and look at this because this is going to be like $90. And if we look at here, oh boy, I'm going to show you this again because these numbers are crazy. $15,000. You can get that for $37. Would you rather pay $37 through a first day coverage company? That's what this level means, first day coverage. Would you rather do that, or would you rather pay $90? So $90 or $37. And it's true, you're getting an extra $1,218 here, but you're paying $90. So that would be $39. Would you rather pay $39 or $90? That's like a $50 difference. Let's just work off the 16 from here on out because it's close, right? I'll drop down to 15 when I compare to other insurance companies. But yeah, it's $50 a month. You know, so you're going to overpay that $50 a month for the rest of your life, roughly $50. So let's do that. $50 a month times 12 months is $600 a year. If our 54-year-old female lives to age 64, she will have overpaid right around $6,000 more by going with Colonial Penn versus a company that offers first day coverage that we can help you with. We can help you qualify for these low prices. Colonial Penn will make you overpay and suffer through a 2-year waiting period. Why would you ever do that? Man, I tell you what, when it comes to you keeping $6,000 in your bank account versus giving that $6,000 away to an insurance company to put in their bank account, we always recommend you keep it in your bank account. Yeah, so I'm going to back it down here to 15,000 since that's what we were originally talking about, and I want to show you rates on actual companies that are going to allow you to buy 15,000. Get quote again here. So yeah, we're $37. So let's look at some other companies that offer $15,000 that are kind enough to give you that flexibility. And you'll be able to see all these different insurance companies on our free quoter, just like we're doing here. 37. But I mean, look here, Lumico, they're a company out there, level coverage, but it's $53. So that's like $16 more a month. And if you go $16 a month times 12 months, that's like an extra $192 roundabout. So if that 54-year-old female lives up to age 64, you'd end up paying an extra $1,920 roughly. Why would you ever sign up for a plan from the very first day that's going to cost you an extra $2,000 as time goes on or roundabout? Remember, it gets worse the longer you live. Live 20 years, it's going to be around $4,000. Why would you ever do that? You need to be a smart consumer. We can help you be a smart consumer. Let's see if there's anybody else. Oh yeah, here's Lincoln Heritage. Fine company, I guess, but I mean, their rates, oochie mama, look at those rates are high. It is level coverage, but expensive rates, right? And the thing is Lincoln Heritage has a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2 or 3 different funeral homes to like get you the lowest pricing, maybe do a couple other things, but they don't do that for free. No, they charge you for that. That's going to cost you money. That's why it's basically, we'll round that up to $57. $57 versus $37. So roughly $20 more a month. So with Lincoln Heritage, you're going to overpay. So $20 a month times 12 months is around $240. After 10 years, our 54-year-old female would be 64. You'd end up overpaying right around $2,400 more. So you got to ask yourself, is that worth paying an insurance company an extra $2,400 over 10 years to have them call 2 or 3 funeral homes, maybe do a couple other things that maybe only takes an hour or so to do? A lot of people would say, that's a pretty good payday for the insurance company, right? Just for making a couple phone calls and doing a couple things. So we recommend you don't do that. We can pretty much get you the same thing or close by going with a lower price company here, and we can help you get approved with these companies. And then what we do is we offer a free funeral and estate planning guide, and you can just download that from our website and then print it out. And once it's printed out, you just fill it out. And then you just write in there who gets what goes where, and what you want to happen after you're gone. And once it's complete, you just keep it with your insurance policy. And when you pass away, your family members will go and pick those 2 documents up, and they will know that you not only protected them financially with the insurance policy, but also emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide. Because all they need to do is open that funeral and estate planning guide and start reading, and they'll know exactly what you wanted done after you're gone. And they will know that you not only loved and protected them in life, but you loved and protected them that one last time in death, exactly at a time when they would need you the most, but you weren't here to help them. But you provided the funds and the directions to do so. What a wonderful legacy to leave behind. We can help you with that legacy. Go to funeralfunds.com. You know, we've got a special quarter for our YouTube visitors, funeralfunds.com/YouTube. And you can use that quarter to get the best rates and the most discounts. It's a terrific way to save. You can also call us at 888-862-9456. One of our licensed agents can help you understand your options and what may be best for you. But if you've got an existing policy and you want us to price shop it to get you the lowest pricing, or you want to add coverage, we can help you out with that. If you're looking for brand new coverage, or you just have some questions or want to know what you might qualify for or what might be best for you, we can help you out with that. But we look forward to the day where we can get you the most amount of coverage for the least amount of money. We will be blessed to help you with that at some point in the future. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.